Hi, and welcome to Life Stories. This is a series, a TV show. We have been doing it in Swedish for almost 100 episodes. We met a lot of people with their stories, life stories. They sit here and they tell their stories, how they were born, what God has done in their lives, how did they get saved, how they went to the mission fields, some of the failures they have done, and we always learn something very, very significant from each one story. Some preachers, some mamas, some doctors, some normal people, some young people. We believe that every story, God is in it and He does something in it. And today, in this series, mini-series of life stories in English, we have a guy that he has really blessed us a lot in our TV ministry in Scandinavia. And he's from Afghanistan. His name is Nazareth. That's not his real name. He has a different name. And he shared his testimony in the TV before, but we want to sit and listen to his story. How he was born. How was it to be born in Afghanistan? How did he met Jesus? What kind of picture he has about God before he gets saved and after he gets saved? We don't know how many episodes we're going to get. We're going to try to cover it in 3 or 4 episodes, but we will see. But what is very significant in this is an Egyptian sitting with an Afghani asking him about how did he met Jesus. It's very unique and it doesn't happen often. So take this series, share it together with some of your friends. If anyone is interested, let him or let her hear the story. David, welcome with us in the episode.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Yes, thank you.
And thank you that you are sharing your life story with us.
Well, thank you. This is a great opportunity, brother, that God has provided through you, that we can actually, what God has done in my life, and we can get it out and see what our Lord Jesus Christ is doing in lives of people today.
So let's take the pictures from the beginning. Tell us about your childhood. What kind of family you were born? What's your name and all these things in the start?
Yes. Well, as you said, brother, that I originally came from Afghanistan, and now I'm in Sweden, of course. I came from Afghanistan. I was born in a Muslim family. It was religious. It was very religious family.
Where were you born? Which town?
The town that I was born is called close to Bamyan, actually. Yeah, the Bamyan and Buddha and his statue and stuff. So I was born close to that town. And yes, my family was really, really religious, and my father was a man who traveled a lot, and he was bringing a lot of books. So I was born in a home that we had books to read. My father was an educated man, and he also, my father favored a lot education, but not for the women, of course, that looking through the perspective of the religion of Islam. So I was born into this family. I was, from my childhood, my father started to teach me the Quran when I was very small. And then when I grew up, I could go to school. My father enrolled me to the school of Islam.
Madrasa.
Yeah, they call it madrasa.
Yeah, madrasa.
So madrasa is what's the difference between madrasa and school is that in school actually you go and learn, science, and when I say science, of course, you learn to, secular school, in a sense. But the religious school, the religion of Islam's school, you only go and learn about the religion of Islam, about the life of their prophet, about, how all of those hadiths and the Quran and the history of the religion of Islam, all the wars and the conquest and the victory and the failures. You learn everything about the religion.
So when you were a little kid, how did you view God in a way?
Yeah, so as I was actually, started to go to school, so from when I was really small, as I can recall, is that as far as I can recall it, I was looking with my parents and my siblings. They were really, religious, and my parents, they were following the religion of Islam. I always had the good view of God, actually, in a sense. Growing up, good view of God. God is good. Look, my father and my mother, they are actually following. This is should always be. When I grow up, I want to do the same. I want to follow God. So as that was my child, really when I was small. And then when I went to school, I learned about the religion of Islam more. So no longer my picture and perspective was on my parents. I was actually also studying the religion of itself. And then with my childhood mind, I was reasoning in the sense that, that there is no God, but there's the God of Islam, of course. You need to surrender to this God. This is the only God. You need to surrender to Him no matter what the cost is. I mean, I was thinking actually that to surrender to this God, the religion of Islam teaches there is no cost. You have to surrender because this is what you have made for. There is no other purpose in this world. Just surrender to this God of Islam. So that was, a little bit growing up. More I could reason on that based on what I could see on the society. I saw on my parents what they were doing, and then learned a little bit from the school and here and there. And then as I actually advanced in education, a little bit in the religion of Islam, the school, they call it madrasa. So as I advanced, I could actually, I don't know how did it came about, I could actually question things. That was not when I was in the beginning, I was growing up.
Do you remember when is the first time you start to have a question about Islam?
The first things that actually I had to question about the religion of Islam is that this, I was Shia, of course. In Shia, this says that, one of the head Imam of Shia, Hussein, they call it. It's like Hussein in the 10 days of Ashura, they call it. They have this war. The Hussein goes to war, and it takes him 10 days to finish the war. The other party finishes the war.
Yeah.
This war actually period takes 10 days. Within these 10 days, the first day that Hussein goes into Iraq, they call it Karbala. He goes from Syria to Iraq.
Yeah.
The first day he enters into Iraq, it says that they call it Yazid, the other party who was ruler in Iraq at that time. He actually cuts the water, so they had no water for 10 days. So this Hussein had no water with his family, with his army. They had no water. So when it gets actually the 5th day, 7 days, and actually 8 days. In the beginning, they had a little bit of water, but when it gets to 7, 8 days, they have absolutely no water. And all the children and the suckling children, they are thirsty and they are crying for water.
Yeah.
And then there is this guy, they call it Abul Fazl. He goes and breaks into the army and he brings a little bit of water, but he cannot get it to the camp of Hussein. He was killed in the process of that.
Abul Fazl.
Yeah, Abul Fazl.
That's your name.
Yeah, that was actually my name. I was named after that guy,
Okay.
So he dared to actually defy the army, the other side.
Yeah.
But in the sense, in the 10 days, and it says that there was no water, but Hussein, before he want to go to war, to engage, he was the last man to go to war, and then he actually takes shower. He took a shower before he went to war. And they're like, okay, there was no water for them to drink. All the water supplies was cut short by the opposing army. And then in the 10 days, he actually takes shower. How to reconcile this? Like, is there water to take shower, or there is no water to drink at all?
Babies to survive.
Yeah. And then that posed a lot of other things came into perspective. So we started from there.
Yeah. But when you grow up you were maybe 15 years old when you got this questions?
No, I believe this was earlier. I believe I was in the age of 10 or 11 something.
When you grow up as a 10 years old kid in Afghanistan, how did you view society? How did you view women? How did you view people around you? The way of living in Afghanistan?
Well, this is also actually really interesting, what you asked. When you actually grow up in Afghanistan, or much of in the Muslim world, in the Muslim world, there is no this question of feminism. There is no this question of actually human right, like equal right, equality and stuff like that. There is no...
But did it bother you?
Nothing of those things. At that age, didn't bother me because, my father was going out, providing for family. My sisters and my mother, they were taking care of the home, and that actually even gave me a problem now. When I grew up in that society and that's it, now I do not know how to cook food.
Yeah.
Like when I go to a market, I do not know how to buy food for myself. Usually I go to market and then I come out empty-handed, and I do not know. I have not learned that because my father was the provider.
And men should not cook. It's a women's job.
Women's job, and they took care of us. They bought and they cooked and they cleaned, and that was how it. Yeah. And I actually saw that. Well, this is how it is. This is how life it is. Women, they have their job. Man has job, and then I was thinking reasoning out of that. Okay, when I want to grow up, I really need to love my wife when I get married. I really need to honor my mother. I really need to provide so my family at home, they can feel really good. I had that perspective, reasoning out of that mindset.
But then you grow up and you were a Muslim. You were seeking God to have a relationship with Him, even in Islam. How did that develop in your teenager time?
Yeah, so that's actually that plays into the view, like when I grew up, that question first it started, shower or not shower, like water or not, and that poses more and more. I came into to the rule of women, for instance. I came into that. Okay, the religion of Islam teaches that women are half of a man, like 2 women equals 1 man, and this actually also bothered me when I grew up. When I grew up, and I could study things, and I could read things on my own, and I could actually ask questions, not only myself, but I was asking questions of the religion of Islam. But that led me to go and actually ask the cleric of the religion of Islam, the scholars and stuff. There was no answer, and I was wrestling with this, that, okay, how can I look into the eyes of my mother and I say, she is half of me?
She deserves, she's value half of you.
Yeah, like it, as a human being, not actually in the sense that, okay, she has half right. And this is really critical for people in the West to understand. Like, when the religion of Islam says that women are, their value is half of a man, that does not mean that, you have a cake, I take third and you take 1 part. That does not, we still be fed.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. The case is that actually the religion of Islam says women are deficient in their religion and in their understanding.
ناقصات عقل ودين. المرأة ناقصات عقل ودين. I mean, they lack mind and they lack of religion.
Because they are deficient in their understanding, and that plays role in their religion, so they cannot perform their religion well, and that plays into everything, and that dominates everything you do. Like, how can I actually look into the eyes of my mother? Like, she is half of me. Not in the sense like I take more food than her, but in the sense that she is, as a human being, less than me. And not only this, am I going to actually get married to a woman that is half of me in understanding, like a stupid woman? Like, I cannot believe this. Like, am I, when my wife, she gets pregnant and she will give birth to my daughter, I mean, can I believe that actually she just gave birth to a stupid woman?
Oof.
So this actually plays all into the, and then before this I was looking with my father, he was providing, and my mother and my sister, they were taking care of us. But my view outside religion, like, I want to be a good provider, my wife, my mother, everything, all the women feel good. I want to lift them up. And then the religion said, no, you need to suppress them. And all of this actually pointing into the more question, and more question. all of these
But
questions.
did you go to the imams and ask these questions?
Yes, of course.
What did they say?
Well, you ask the imams and stuff like that. You know, we actually now we are viewing this really questioning through the perspective of Christianity. Like, oh, you go to a scholar of religion or to a priest, you ask question, and that priest actually try to give you an answer or actually explain things to you in another perspective. We view it like, but in the religion of Islam, there is only one way. There is no other way, and they just tell you that, repeat that, like you gotta believe, don't question, just believe.
When you question, you are from Shaitan. Shaitan بيوسوس في دماغك. When you start questioning, then the devil is starting to say things in your head. So you should not question anything.
Yeah, you just believe, and actually you just follow. It's like, okay, if I just believe, if I just follow this, what I believe and what I follow, it turns me into an absolute psychopath.
Oy.
Like, that's what it is. Like, if I actually believe that my mother is stupid, like, is stupid, and in value she is less than me, and I'm going to get married to a stupid woman, my wife give birth to a stupid woman, like, my life based in stupidity. And I'm just a psychopath following this stupid.
What else was a problem with you? Like, okay, women in Islam, it has been a problem with you. What else was God character a problem with you in Islam?
Not till this point that I have come to actually, not to this point. And then this, because everything leads to something.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that bothered me a lot, that they were the cleric and the religion of Islam, all the leaders, they tell you should believe, don't question it. Like this, they are against you if you question it. Because in Christianity, you go to a priest, to scholars, they say, well, okay, I mean, I do not know the answer, but there is an answer.
Yeah.
You will find. Keep looking for it. You will find. Like, in the religion, no, don't look. Don't look.
Yeah.
There is no answer. This is it. This also bothers me a lot, actually. And then in the end, I said, maybe my mind is too much. I couldn't, I even wished sometimes, like, if my mind had a switch, I just turned it off. Enough with this things is torturing me. And then all of this from view of women, religion, and I'm growing up, and then also the leaders of the religion of Islam, all of this suppressing led me to the character of God himself.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me actually go to him, who he is.
But did you pray? Did you read the Quran? Have you been practicing Islam, or are you just a secular kid?
No, I was really practicing. I was in the school of religion. I was practicing. It's not, when I say school of religion, it's not, oh, you go to a theological school or a seminary, you study, learn things. In the religion of Islam, you are in the school of religion that you are going to learn to lead people. You're not going to graduate there. You are going to die there.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay. Now you start to think about God and you start to kind of seek or reach Allah to come and find out who he is, what kind of character he has, and how can you connect to him.
Yeah.
How did the journey start and end?
Yeah, and then all of this question actually led me to this, God himself. And then I said, who is this God? And then I questioned my very existence, actually. Now is like, the question is on God. And then at the same time, I am questioning my very existence. Like, now I left woman, like, you, whatever you are, just leave me alone. Didn't quit going to the religion, the cleric, as well to the imam and sheikh. Leave me alone. And now, like, all of this thought, I'm reading, I'm receiving, and I'm questioning all myself. And then I actually went so far as to question my very existence, not in the sense if I exist or not, in the sense that what is the purpose of my being?
Yeah.
Where have I come from? What is the purpose of my being here? What's gonna happen when you die? So now is actually, I understood that these three questions that I'm asking, these are fundamental to this is the foundation of religion. Where have I come from? what I am doing here, and then what's going to happen if I die, where I go. And then the religion of Islam actually gives you answers to this. You know, at the same time I studied, and then again I shared my thought with people who actually like to think. And then the religion of Islam offers you the answer that, well, God created you. God created you from the dust. I mean, the same as Christianity. There the belief is the same as Christianity. But God created you from the dust of the ground. And that's it. Like what? And then he said, what is the point that God created me from the dust of the ground, and God created that cow from the dust of the ground? What's the difference between me and that? Like, what is it? And then at the same time, the religion of Islam teaches.
It doesn't say that God breathed from himself on Adam.
He says Adam gave life. There it says like God created and gave life to Adam and stuff like that. But what I say is that what's the point God creating man or the beast of the field? And I say, okay, what's the difference between me and this cow actually? Well, I didn't find any difference, because God created this cow and gave life, and he goes on 4 feet and give birth to the little cow, and then that feeds and he understands where the thing is, where the child is. Oh, the same as me. I'm just going on. And then I said, I mean, yeah, he created me. So what's the purpose? And I think, what I am doing here. Okay, and then the religion of Islam says, this life here is a test for you. I was like, I didn't sign for this test then. I do not want this test. Who asked me if I want to participate in this competition or not? Yeah, I'm just here. I thought, okay, accept this as well. And now I am questioning the core of the religion of my own existence, and then at the same time there is no answer. I'm forced to actually accept what they tell me, but it's not satisfying. I say, okay, and then I say, move on. I say, okay, move on. There is no satisfactory answer. And I say, what happened when you die? It's like, when you die, well, this life is a test. If you actually pass this test, the next life you go to heaven, 72 huri, 72 women Allah gives you.
Yeah, so heaven so you are tested here on earth. And heaven is, everything is forbidden on earth will be allowed in heaven. So heaven becomes like the reward of every pleasure. So it's kind of like it's great. You have much women you want, wines, gardens, rivers on the Jannat tajri min tahtaha al-anhar, like paradise, rivers running under the river. So lots of water, lots of apple trees, lots of huriya, which is women. And boys, it's just everything that is forbidden on earth in that test. When you pass the test, everything that was forbidden under this test will be allowed in heaven.
Yeah, you put it so well, brother. In a way, everything that actually, what is the test? The test, in a way, the test is everything that you describe here. You hold yourself back from those things.
From all these pleasures.
And these things that actually is here, and then you go in heaven, they will be multiplied and given to you. Like that's the test. Hold yourself from those things here. There you have it. And then I think, to be honest, I try to enjoy those thoughts, entertain rivers of honey, like 72 women, I'm trying to keep it G-rated,
Yeah.
Nice, man. This thing. I try to actually allow those thoughts to have influence on me, so I could actually move on, enjoy this religion, and then follow it with all of my existence. And then no, actually, because my mother always, when I was a small child, she would always give me honey. We brought honey from the mountain, and she was like, take this, and this is good for you. I hated honey. I ran like kilometers away from home. I do not want to eat this honey. Honey, I don't like it.
You're going to find that in heaven.
I go there is real. I do not like this honey. So maybe the taste is different. And then I try to actually enjoy women, like in in the religion of Islam. Well, actually, I do not want to do that because I thought that's the torture. 72 women, you're a slave to this sexual behavior. Like you wake up 24/7, this circle. You just eat, go to toilet and don't come have sex. This is torture for me. This is hell for me. I do not want that. And then all of this apple and stuff. I said, no, nothing. So this test and all of this, but there is no, there is no assurance that actually you go there or not.
You have the test, you go through the test, but there is no guarantee.
There is no guarantee if you go or not. But to be sure, Allah, the God of Islam, has provided an assurance. And then he says like this, you read the Quran, it says that Allah has bought the life of a believer, the life and his possession. Allah has bought the life, like life itself, and his possession, the possession of a mu'min, not every Muslim, the one who is really religious and following. Allah has purchased their lives and their possession, and instead of their life and possession, Allah gave them paradise and 72 houris. And that is the assurance. And it's okay, Allah, you bought my life, you bought this life of mine and my possession, what I own. What do you want me to do then? How can I actually give you my life? How can I give you my possession? Like there must be this transaction. Otherwise I'm just saying. And then it says like this, that Allah has bought the life of a real believer, dedicated believer, those jihadists, and their possession, that they go to war, kill other people, and they themselves be killed for the cause of the God of Islam. And then Allah has given them paradise and 72 houris.
So in the mentality of a Muslim who follows the Quran is, if he goes and he kills himself as a suicide bomber or being a jihadi, this is the only guarantee for him that when he does that and he gets killed in the process, then
kill others.
He kills others and he gets killed in the process. Then he has an assurance, a guarantee that now I deserve heaven and I deserve the 72 years because I did this.
Yes.
That is the only guarantee from God that I'm going to get it.
Yes, exactly, because Allah has bought his life.
Is that a common understanding in a Shia and a Muslim, in a Sunni, or is just a small group that believe in that?
No, that's actually the teaching of Islam. I mean, we should not divorce this teaching from the religion of Islam. And I understand people say, oh, those Taliban, those ISIS, they are terrorists. They are radical. In the religion, I mean any religion, there is no radical, whether you follow it or not follow it.
So they follow by the letter in a way.
They follow it the way it's supposed to be followed.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to heaven? That's the way.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead.
Because we are talking to Western mentality, for the West, you guarantee heaven if you are a Protestant, for example, like evangelical. When you accept Jesus and you get saved, you guarantee heaven because you get saved. In the Catholic, it's like or the Orthodox, the more you do and you believe in all these sacraments, then you're gonna in a way. Like you do something that is guarantee eternal life. In Islam, when you read the books, the only way that you guarantee Islam is shahada, that you die for the cause of Islam.
Yeah, I mean, in Christianity, bro, as I said, this transaction, like Allah has bought. If you buy something, you pay for it, you need to get the thing. You have to give the money to get the thing. And Allah has bought their lives. This transaction has to take place. If there is no transaction, we have been actually discussing a business. We didn't come to like an agreement. So there has to be just transaction. So how actually this transaction takes place in the religion of Islam is that you go and kill. That's how you give your life to Allah. When that's the only way you give your life to Allah, and then Allah in return says, okay, you gave me your life to me, your possession. Here is the paradise, and take these 72 women and ravish them, like that. So that's the transaction. But in Christianity, as you brought, in Christianity, they took. In Christianity, also we believe, why we say, because there is a transaction. The transaction has been taking place. Why we believe in our Lord Jesus Christ and we know that we're going to go to heaven, it is because our Lord Jesus gave his life for us. The transaction took place. He died for us and then he gave his life. So when we believe in him, we receive his life. The transaction is taking place. He gave, we believe, we take.
We will continue next episode and we'll see how this information, this revelation about transaction has affected David, Abu al-Fazl's life to really give his life to the cause. We continue for the next episode and we see you in the next episode.